friend, listen, I gotta tell you, it is 5:30 in the morning, and I could not sleep for this message and what I need to share with you. Listen, I have had a phenomenal weekend and I received a special award, and as I was thinking about it, there's a message that I need to share with you from that experience. So listen, I got to tell you all about it because I can't sleep, I can't rest, I got to get this out. So let's talk about it, y'all. Okay, so you all know that when I wrote my book, I had a community. When I first launched out into entrepreneurship, I had a community for that. You know that I believe in having a powerful community around you. Well, now that I'm speaking full time, I have a community. So I'm a member of the Next Level Speakers Academy with Jeremy Anderson, Dr. Eric Thomas, E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher, and Inky Johnson. Now, if you don't know these names, I would encourage you to Google them, because it's worth a Google, first of all, but it gives context to what I need to share with you. So, this past weekend, I attended the Next Level Speakers Conference, and it was out of this world, y'all. There's so much that I can tell you about this conference. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna tell you everything. But oh my gosh, it was so rich. It was so rich. So first of all, the community, to be in the same room with, I I would guess it was over 1,000 people who are all speaking and sharing and walking in purpose, whether they're speaking at corporate levels or speaking to children in schools or higher ed like I am, or wherever they are sharing their message. I was in a room full of people who walk this walk and talk this talk and get it. And we had the opportunity to connect and network and share resources and answer each other's questions and hear each other's story. Y'all, community is so important. I'm here to tell you, if you are trying to accomplish something, surround yourself with other people who are accomplishing the same thing. It is so important. As human beings, we are herd beings. We are always looking for our people. And sometimes those people are not just the people that are naturally around you, but you have to find the people who are on the same path as you. You got to find the people who are working the same direction you are. That's where your strength is going to come. So the community was outstanding, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Then the lineup of speakers. Now, listen, okay, y'all have heard me talk about Dr. Anita Phillips, especially in the last few episodes. When I tell you I got to meet Dr. Phillips, when I tell you I got to take a picture with Dr. Phillips, when I tell you what she shared with us was such a sober, powerful word. When I say sober, I mean like she didn't come to hype us up, or it wasn't like this motivational rah rah, you can do it. No, every speaker was deep. I mean, went to the soul. Dr. Anita spoke to us about the power of how we use language and how we have such a responsibility to use our language appropriately and in a powerful way, because we can literally transform lives by what we say. And it made me think about how you all listen to this podcast every week. First of all, you don't have to. You have options. There's so many places that you can go to listen and be empowered and to learn. But the fact that you would spend your time here with me, I honor that. And she reminded me of my responsibility to pour into you and to use my voice and use my language to enrich your life, to transform your life. The power of language. She reminded us of how human beings are the only creations that God gave the fullness of language to, so that we could not only talk to Him, but talk to each other. And the power of language, and how I'm responsible for how I use my language to serve everybody around me. So, y'all, meeting Dr. Anita was out of this world, and it did not stop there, y'all. The weekend kept going. Oh my gosh, I'm still trying to get myself together from this experience. All right, friend, I'm just popping in really quick because I need your help. Would you go over to Amazon right now and leave a quick review for Disrupting Burnout? You don't have to finish the whole book to leave a review, and it doesn't have to be long or fancy, just your honest take on the book. I know that there's some algorithm fairies out there. If you leave enough reviews, they will share this book with other readers who need it. So would you help me out? Would you help our friends out who haven't heard about Disrupting Burnout yet? Go over to Amazon and leave your honest review for Disrupting Burnout. I appreciate you. All right, let's get back to the episode. I was also able to meet Tim Ross from the Basement Podcast. Y'all, it was such, and I want you to hear me. It's not oh my gosh, these people are celebrities. It wasn't that for me, but I got the opportunity to say thank you to people who have poured into me, people who have done such deep work. I know what it costs, and I don't know their cost, but I know what it costs to live through the experiences that you write in a book. I know what it costs to do the research and to spend the time to pour your heart out to help other people. And I got the opportunity to say thank you to those people this weekend. So it was phenomenal. I know. I got to tell you about the award. I'm going to tell you about the award. But I got to tell you this part too. So I was able to attend with my friend, Dr. Ramona Lawrence, and you all met her. You've heard her here on the podcast more than once. She was a part of my virtual book launch, so there's a episode about that from January. But I was able to spend that time with my friend, and we were able to process what we were hearing together and spend time at meals together and try new food together. It was just rich. It was rich for my soul. And I want you to know that rest is not always a nap. Y'all have heard me say this before. Sometimes you need social rest. Sometimes you need to connect to your people. And listen, I'm an introvert. I like being alone. I like quiet. I have no problem staying in my house. Not at all. I'm good. I'm one of those people, when the pandemic came and they told us to go home, I was happy to go home. Not that I don't like people, but I love quiet. But even as an introvert, I find that it's important for me to reconnect to my people and to talk and to share. So I'm so grateful for that time. Okay, so let me get to the award. In the Next Level Speakers Academy, we have an opportunity to be recognized for growth in our business. So they give us all of the information about speaking, and just think about who I'm learning from. Like, I'm learning from people, first of all, who've been doing this 15, 20 years. I'm also learning from people who have perfected their systems and their processes of making speaking a business, right? So I'm just so honored to be a part of this community. But they give us an opportunity to be recognized for growth in our business. So I won the Sapphire Award from the Next Level Speakers Academy this weekend. And the Sapphire Award represents over $250,000 in my business last year. Now, I hesitated to say the number because y'all know if we are educators, we don't talk about what we make, even though all of us go to that open government site to see what other people are making. Y'all ain't fooling nobody. You know, you go to that open, especially if you live in an open state like Georgia. You go to that open site just to see what other people make, but we never talk about it. So I hesitated to tell you all what the award was for, but I have to tell you because that doesn't just represent speaking. And I've been speaking since I was 12, way before I was paid for it. I've been speaking throughout my entire career. People would always call on me to speak, but that's not just about speaking. That award represents to me that you all have trusted me to pay me to come in to speak to your teams and your departments and your universities and to keynote your conferences and your public health organizations and your hospitals and your corporations. You have brought me in. You have trusted me to come. Several of you more than once have brought me in to speak and pour into your people. And I don't take that for granted. I don't take it for granted that you would trust me to come and share what I've learned with your people. I don't ever want to get to the point where that's not a big deal to me. I don't ever want to get to a point that it's just normal, that I expect to be invited in. It is an honor that you would trust me to come and share with your educators, with your faculty, with your staff, with your team concerning burnout. There are so many people all over this world that you could bring in. And the fact that you all would trust me, I don't ever want that to be lost on me. So that award for me represents the people who see the brilliance in me, trust the brilliance in me, and allow me to live and flow in that brilliance. So it was just a special moment. It was just a special moment. And in the moment, right? So I told you there's like 1,000 people in the room. You got Dr. Eric Thomas on the stage, E.T. the hip hop preacher. If you Google him, if you actually Google top motivational speaker in the world, and you will see his face. No matter where you search top motivational speaker in the world, you're going to see Dr. Eric Thomas. So this is what I'm talking about. Jeremy Anderson, like Jessica Lundy, these Chris Crumpler, these people are on the stage. Dr. Eric Thomas, helps me up the steps. And he gives me a hug and he encourages my heart, like he whispers and encourages me. And then Jeremy Anderson welcomes me on stage and I take a picture with them and receive the award. And I gotta be honest with you, in the moment, I'm thinking things like, okay, PPJ, don't you fall on these steps, girl. Make sure you smile big. Take a good picture. Like I'm thinking all the things. Like, you step to the middle, you take the picture, then you get off stage because the next person's coming. Like I'm thinking technical things in this moment, even as I'm hearing Dr. Eric Thomas whisper and encourage my heart. And listen, telling me I ain't seen nothing yet. Like, so I leave the stage and then they ushered me back to do some videos and some things. So it was a moment, right? And as I'm walking out of the room, everybody's saying, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. It was such a sweet moment. But I gotta be honest, I didn't really sit in it. I didn't really honor the moment until yesterday when I got home. Yesterday when I got home, I posted the video, of course, because if it's not on social media, it didn't happen, right? I mean, not really, but y'all know what I'm saying. So I posted the video on social media. And of course, so many of you said congratulations and so many sweet messages. But there were two that captured my heart. There was one from my cousin, Lakeepa. And she reposted the video on her Facebook page. And she said something to the effect of, so many people just want to meet Dr. Eric Thomas. But to have him, not just to meet him, but to have him present an award to you it's just, I can't remember what else she said, but that part just captured my heart like, wow, man, wow. And then Dr. Ramona, we were at the conference together, she posted under my video, and she said, you need to sit in this. Dr. Eric Thomas welcomed you on stage, helped you up the stairs. He awarded you this award. He joined Jeremy and awarded you this award. And she said, you're moving from the back to the front. And I remembered, and even my husband helped me remember this later. He said, you remember last year when we were at the conference? He didn't make it this year, but he was with me last year. And I wasn't on the stage, and I didn't get an award last year. And last year when we were watching the award ceremony, I looked at him and I said, I'm supposed to be up there. I'm going to be up there next year. And I want you to know that it wasn't a prideful thing. It wasn't a jealous thing. I was celebrating everybody. But something in me said, you're going to be up there next year. And I didn't really remember saying that until my husband reminded me. He said, do you remember what you told me? Do you remember what you said? You said you would be up there next year. And lo and behold, there I was. I want you to learn how to honor the moment. We are so focused on being humble. And yes, you need to be humble. Yes, you need to stay low. But when I say stay low, I'm talking about on your knees, on your face before God. I'm not talking about missing the moments that matter. I almost missed being truly grateful for that moment. I was grateful for the award. I was grateful for the recognition. I was grateful and I am grateful for the growth in my business. But the gratitude that I felt after I really sat there and thought about what God did. I told you I've been speaking since I was 12, even before that. I mean, if you are churchy like me, you know we did Easter speeches like all of us did. But I gave my first message in a church when I was 12. So I've been speaking for a long time. Man, I've been speaking for a long time. But to see where God has brought me and what he's doing in my life. I told y'all I'm from Crocketville, South Carolina. And I love Crocketville, and I will always honor Crocketville. But I couldn't see this. I didn't see the day that I would stand on that stage with people who have spoken all over the world. So just to recognize the moment. How many moments have you missed? How many moments have you missed just moving on to the next thing? Just being humble and not wanting to talk about it, not wanting to share it with anybody, not wanting to rehearse it in your head. I don't want to be prideful. I don't want to be puffed up. So yeah, thank you. Move on. How many moments have you missed? How many opportunities have you missed to be grateful? How many opportunities have you missed to really recognize what God has done in your life? How many moments have you just allowed to pass by? It may not be standing on a stage in front of 1,000 people for you. Maybe it is raising your children and watching them graduate from high school and graduate from college and launch off into successful lives. Maybe it's serving your students and being recognized by your students. Maybe your students have called you advisor of the year or teacher of the year, or maybe it is your faculty reviews where students are talking about how you have impacted their lives, or maybe your colleagues have recognized you in a special way. How many moments have you missed? How many moments have you allowed just to pass by without sitting in that moment and honoring that moment and being grateful for how far you've come? You need to honor the moment. You need to stop and honor the moment. Not just to be grateful, but I want you to know that the moment points towards your brilliance. Those compliments that people give you, those awards that you receive that may be sitting on your shelf collecting dust, or maybe they're put away in a box in a storage unit somewhere like mine are. You need to recognize that all of those awards, all of those recognitions, all of those compliments point towards your brilliance. People don't trust you just because they want to do something nice for you. They don't recognize you just because they're feeling froggy one day. Like, there is something that you have done that has impacted people, and you need to stop and recognize that. Not so you can get puffed up, not so you can get prideful, but so you can be even more intentional and more responsible with what you have. We have treasure hidden in clay pots. We have treasure hidden in earthen vessels. We are the earthen vessels. We are the broken clay pots. But there is treasure in you. And that treasure shines forth and it impacts the world around you. But if you don't stop to recognize that shine, if you don't stop to recognize that treasure, you will hide it under a bush instead of allowing it to impact the people around you. It is time for you to stop hiding in plain sight. No one benefits by you pretending that you are not brilliant. It is time for you to honor the moment when someone recognizes you, when someone honors you with a compliment, when someone gives you an award, when someone tells you thank you and they tell you what they're thankful for. You need to hear it. You need to hear it. You need to receive it. You need to be grateful for it, because you recognize it's not you, but it's the God that lives on the inside of you. But you also need to recognize that there's more of that in you for you to share. We have used humility as a weapon to force people into hiding. We have used humility as a weapon to force people to shrink and to hide and to fall back. And the very people who are shrinking and hiding and falling back are the very people that we need to hear from, are the very people that that have brilliance to impact the world. And we need to honor the moment. Friend, listen. I woke up this morning, like I said, I'm just hyped. I'm just so hyped after this weekend, and so grateful for all of it. For all of it. I didn't know what was in store. I didn't know what was coming. And I'm here to tell you there's more. I'm not done. I'm not done. There's more stirring in me. Now, I started with what we can do for ourselves disrupting burnout. And now I'm researching and working through what we need to do for our teams. How we're going to disrupt burnout in our teams so that not only we can retain our people, but we can have a workplace where people want to come, where people are living in their brilliance, where people don't feel like they have to escape. Y'all, I'm in the lab. I'm telling you, I'm working. I am working because this thing is in me. It is in me. I cannot avoid it if I tried. That's what brilliance, it speaks loud. It pours out. You can't hide it if you try. Once you tapped into it, it would be torturous to hide it now that you know. It would be torturous to hide it now that you know. So I woke up and I wanted to study humility, because I never want to get too high. I never want to be puffed up. But at the same time, I want to be grateful, and I want to walk in this brilliance and honor what God has done in my life. So it led me to 1 Peter chapter 5. And I want to read the B clause, or the second half of verse 5, and I want to read verse 6. And I'm reading in the Amplified version. So 1 Peter verse, girl, friend, listen. Let me Let me get it together. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 5, second part. It says, and all of you clothe yourselves with humility toward one another. It means to tie on the servant's apron. Not to be prideful, not to be flashy, not to be famous, not to be seen, but tie on the servant's apron. Clothe yourself in humility toward one another, for God is opposed to the proud, the disdainful, the presumptuous, and he defeats them, but he gives grace to the humble. Man, he gives you grace to do the thing that he has created you to do. He gives you grace to walk in that brilliance, that treasure that he put on the inside of you. He gives you grace when you are humble. Verse 6, therefore humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. Set aside self-righteous pride so that he may exalt you to a place of honor in his service at the appropriate time. Listen to me. This whole chapter is good. But when I tell you, verse 6, if you humble yourself under the mighty hand of God, he will exalt you to a place of honor at the appropriate time. I know for many of you, it might look like I just showed up. I just arrived. I came out of nowhere and I haven't even arrived. Like, let's just be clear, right? Like, this ain't no, I'm working. I am pouring out purpose right now. And I got a long way to go, friend. I got a long way to go. But I got to tell you this, the success, the moments that I have the honor of standing in right now, it didn't show up overnight. There were years of pouring and sowing. Like I told you, I've been speaking since I remember 12, but now that I say it, even before that, my mama had me teaching Sunday school to adults. She had me teaching Sunday school when nobody else showed up to Sunday school. When it was just her and my brother and my sister and me, she had me stand up in the front of the church and teach the lesson to them. Y'all don't understand. What you see in my life right now is fruit of 30, 40 years of just being obedient. Of just being obedient, showing up every day just to serve. And I'm here to tell you that this scripture is so true. If you stay humble, man, I didn't mean to cry like this. If you stay humble under the mighty hand of God, in the appropriate time, he will exalt you. And it won't be an exaltation that will crush you. It won't be a chasing of fame that you're not ready for. But he will exalt you to a level that your soul can handle. Do the heart work, friend. Get to a place that you are walking with God. Trust him enough to obey him. Do what he's telling you to do. And his word says, in the appropriate time, he will exalt you to a place of honor in his service. So today I just came to encourage you to honor the moment. Honor the moment. Don't let these moments pass you by. Be grateful for the compliments. Be grateful for the gratitude coming your way. Be grateful for the recognition. Be grateful for the awards. Be grateful for the promotions. Be grateful for the degrees and graduations. Be grateful for your children saying thank you. Be grateful for the hugs and the high fives. Be grateful. Honor the moment. Sit in it. Allow yourself to take it in. Allow yourself to recognize where you're standing. Stay humble. Stay grateful. And before you know it, you're going to find yourself standing in places that you couldn't even dream of. Friend, as always, you are powerful. You are significant. You are loved. And you are absolutely brilliant. Love always, PBJ.